Have you ever questioned why a person would suddenly become overly critical or cold towards you? It's unsettling, isn't it? When someone's demeanor shifts without warning, the atmosphere thickens with tension. This video dives into the dark art of manipulation, a craft mastered by those who lurk within the shadows of a simple interaction. As we peel back these layers, we reveal not just the how, but the why behind their strategies to ensnare and control. Picture someone you've always viewed with a hint of suspicion, a figure whose motives have often seemed as murky as a fog-covered lake at dawn. Now, imagine one day, this person transforms before your very eyes. Where once stood a self-serving schemer, now stands a beacon of charity and communal spirit. This isn't just a simple change of heart, it's a dramatic reinvention, a masterful performance designed to captivate and confuse. These manipulators, aware that their true nature might have been glimpsed by watchful eyes, undertake a calculated metamorphosis. They adopt causes and personas so at odds with their prior selves that you begin to question your earlier judgments. Perhaps they start volunteering, their names suddenly appearing on charity boards, their faces smiling from social media feeds in new altruistic lights. Or they might overhaul their communication style, where before they were curt and commanding. Now they overflow with empathy and warmth. This strategic shift is about survival. It's about controlling the narrative so completely that the old unfavorable views are buried under a landslide of seemingly genuine goodwill. To the outside observer, this change marks a welcome development, a rogue-turned role model. But you, armed with the memory of what lies beneath, see the truth. This isn't growth, it's disguise, a facade crafted not from genuine remorse, but from the fear of losing their place of power within the social or professional hierarchy. As this new persona takes shape, those around the manipulator may be drawn back into their orbit, the skeptic's voices drowned out by the chorus of approval. Here lies the danger. In the blinding light of their apparent transformation, the shadows where their true intentions lurk grow even darker. Enter the stage of selective engagement, where the manipulator's presence in your life flickers like a candle in the wind, bright and warm when they need something, extinguished when they don't. These individuals glide through relationships with the grace of a dancer, yet their steps are measured, their appearances timed with precision. They are the friends who reach out when life is sunny and vanish when the clouds roll in. Imagine a colleague who only remembers your name when a deadline looms. Their charm unfolds like a flag in a breeze, catching your attention just long enough to enlist your help. They laugh at your jokes, ask about your weekend, and might even share a coffee, creating a mirage of camaraderie. But as soon as the project is done, their warmth evaporates as if it were never there. This behavior is a manipulation of human psychology at its most basic level. They bet on your forgetting, on the haze of busyness clouding your ability to see patterns. They predict that the immediate relief of their presence when most needed will overshadow their frequent absences. This selective availability isn't just neglect, it's a calculated extraction of value from relationships they view not as mutual friendships, but as resources to be tapped dry. For those ensnared by such a person, the realization dawns slowly. The pattern emerges like a picture in a developing tray, growing clearer with each disappointment. You start to see that their interest in your life aligns perfectly with their needs, a parasitic relationship where you are the host, drained, and yet somehow still grateful for the company. In the dance of interaction, they lead you skillfully, always ensuring they step off the floor long before the music stops. The change can be as abrupt as a storm breaking on a clear day. One moment, the air between you and the manipulator is calm, filled with the usual pleasantries. The next, it's charged with a cold hostility that sends a shiver down your spine. This shift often occurs just when you've started to see through their veneer of charm to the calculated intentions beneath. It's as if they sense your awareness, and in response they drop the act, replacing it with something more sinister. Their words, once coated in honey, now bear the sting of venom. Comments that once lifted your spirits are replaced by critiques that slice through your self-esteem, leaving you questioning your worth and abilities. This isn't just a mood swing, it's a tactical maneuver in their psychological warfare, a way to keep you off balance and unsure. In meetings, they might openly question your decisions, casting shadows of doubt across your judgment in front of your peers. The praise they once lavished on you dries up, replaced by a frost that freezes the warmth you once felt. Their goal? To destabilize you, to reclaim control by planting seeds of self-doubt that will sprout into insecurity. You find yourself walking on eggshells, each step cautious, each word measured, as you navigate this new hostile landscape. This isn't just a breakdown in communication, it's a methodical effort to undermine your confidence and assert dominance, turning every interaction into a battlefield where their weapons are their words and their aim is your submission. In this chilling atmosphere, every day can feel like a struggle to reclaim your ground and your sense of self. In the theater of manipulation, lies are the set pieces, shifted around to create new scenes just as you start to understand the old ones. Each fabrication is layered upon the last, constructing a labyrinthine world where truth seems just out of reach. The manipulator is the playwright and director, always ready with a new script whenever the current one is threatened by the light of scrutiny. Consider a partner who, caught in a lie about their whereabouts, quickly crafts a tale of a surprise planned in your honor, turning their deceit into a gesture of caring meant to make you feel guilty for doubting them. Or a colleague who, when failing to deliver on a promise, spins a story of unforeseen obstacles, all designed to deflect blame and evoke sympathy rather than scrutiny. These fabrications are not simple falsehoods, but strata of deception, each layer designed to confuse and obfuscate. You find yourself constantly questioning, trying to peel back these layers in search of something solid to grasp. But with each layer you peel away, you feel further from the truth, lost in a fog of falsehoods that dampens your ability to see clearly. The goal of such deceit is not just to hide the truth, but to tire you out, to wear down your resolve to seek clarity. As these stories pile up, they weigh on you, pressing down like layers of sediment that turn to stone over time. In this hardened landscape, figuring out what is real becomes a Herculean task, leaving you exhausted and often resigned to accepting the illusion as reality just to avoid the constant struggle. In this environment, the manipulator thrives, weaving their tales with the threads of your worn-down trust. Suddenly, the person who once manipulated you appears changed, as if a veil of goodness has been draped over their past misdeeds. This transformation often unfolds with impeccable timing, just as you begin to distance yourself from their toxic influence. They now present a version of themselves that is repentant and reformed, displaying behaviors that seem to signal genuine change. Like a desert miraculously blooming after a rare rainfall, their acts of kindness and moments of transparency are both beautiful and bewildering. This apparent metamorphosis can be disarming. The once ruthless colleague starts advocating for fairness. The selfish friend begins to offer unsolicited help. They share stories of personal challenges and vulnerabilities, painting themselves as misunderstood souls on the path to redemption. These tales are compelling, crafted to tug at your heartstrings and dismantle your defenses. But behind this mask of transformation lies the same strategic mind, manipulating not through overt aggression, but through a guise of vulnerability and reform. It's a sophisticated tactic, leveraging your capacity for empathy and your desire to believe in the possibility of change. The challenge here is to differentiate between true growth and manipulative theatrics. While people can indeed change, real transformation is a journey marked by consistent action over time, not convenient gestures that coincide with their need for forgiveness or favor. Observing this, you must guard your judgment with a healthy skepticism, recognizing the possibility that this new leaf might just be another page in their playbook of manipulation. In this light, their reformation requires more than momentary acts of kindness. It demands sustained proof of change, a narrative built not just on words but on deeds. The most insidious of their tactics, perhaps, is the way they chip away at your confidence. They plant seeds of doubt about your worth, your decisions, your very perceptions. Over time, these seeds sprout into a gnawing uncertainty within you, eroding your self-assurance and making you more dependent on their validation. When confronted with their deceitful acts, manipulators often retreat into a shell of feigned ignorance, a tactic as transparent as glass, yet bafflingly effective. They wield confusion like a cloak, draping it over the truth to obscure the clarity of their intentions. "I didn't realize you felt that way," they might say with a shrug, or perhaps, "It was just a joke, can't you take a joke?" Their words are designed to deflect and disarm, making you question the legitimacy of your own feelings and perceptions. This act of playing dumb serves a dual purpose. First, it casts the manipulator in the light of innocence, as if they are unwitting participants in a drama they did not script. They portray themselves as bystanders to your discomfort, wrongly accused, and hurt by the suspicion itself. This reversal of roles can be disorienting, shifting the focus from their actions to your reactions, subtly suggesting that you are overreacting or misunderstanding the situation. Secondly, by diminishing the seriousness of their actions through feigned ignorance, they minimize the impact of their behavior in the eyes of others. This tactic not only isolates you, but also garners them sympathy from those who see only their supposed confusion and your apparent overreaction. Navigating this fog of feigned ignorance requires a firm grasp on reality. Trusting your instincts becomes crucial, as does keeping a record of incidents to validate your experiences. Recognizing their ignorance for what it is, a strategic defense rather than genuine misunderstanding, empowers you to stand firm in your truth and resist being swayed by their distortive charm. Through the revealing lens of our exploration, the intricate web of manipulation has been unwoven, exposing the tactics used by those who weave deceit into the fabric of interactions. We've journeyed into the shadows of human behavior, illuminating the paths manipulators tread to control and coerce. Armed with this knowledge, you now stand at a crossroads of awareness and vigilance. Recognizing these deceptive strategies is more than an intellectual exercise. It is an essential defense mechanism that guards your emotional sanctity against those who prey on vulnerability. Awareness acts as a shield, reflecting the manipulator's gambits back upon themselves, revealing their true nature before they can entangle you further in their plots. Empowerment comes from understanding, from knowing that you can see through the disguises and deflect the maneuvers that once might have ensnared you. It fosters a resilience that is deeply rooted, allowing you to stand firm when faced with manipulation, to differentiate genuine change from cunning guise, and to maintain your boundaries with confidence. As you move forward, let this newfound knowledge serve as a beacon that guides your interactions, enabling you to navigate even the murkiest waters of human relationships. With each step, you become more adept at spotting the signs of manipulation, more skilled at sidestepping the traps set by those who would seek to undermine your autonomy. Remember, the greatest safeguard against manipulation is a mind informed by knowledge and a heart guided by wisdom.